Good evening from on the fence at AMA Farms. We got the cows moved for the second time tonight. Chickens are all watered, grained. They got their feed. They got their rocks so they can grind up the feed in their, well, it's not their stomach, it's their gizzard. It's what a chicken's stomach is. They actually don't poop or, well, they don't pee either. They do all of it in one. It comes out with there's called their cloaca. And yeah. So you can actually see the very definitive line right there where the cows were just eating. They that section off in about a matter of an hour. The four of them, I reckon they'll finish off the little bit of grass that's in here. This here tonight. I'm actually gonna leave them in here for the night, and then tomorrow they're gonna go back out on some big grass. Let this area have a little more rust. I want that grass out through there to make it probably another week. And then Friday we'll run them back across all of, from, you know, the brown spot where the chickens were, all the way across. Then we'll put them back out there for a week. This will have a full week's worth of rest, or 2 weeks worth of rest, 1 week worth of rest, and then we'll run them across that again. And that hasn't been touched in almost a week now, so it'll be almost 3-4 weeks before they hit that. We'll bounce them back and forth. There's some really green stuff. You can see the darkness right there in the low spot. Eventually I'm gonna move them down there for a couple days and move them around that. There's some darker green right over here, or right over here on this field right here. We're gonna move them around on that. Try getting them the best forage that we can while we slowly turn the rest of this into, well, this green stuff. I want all of this to be that green stuff. And then I think we'll have good enough pasture to raise cows on. So right now it's working out it's working. It's a lot more work. Can't wait till we get the electric fences put in and be able to move these guys in a couple minutes versus moving it from, well, you can see the old, that was the corner. This is some of the other stuff. So we only moved these handful of panels. It still took like 15 minutes, so. Because, you know, you gotta keep the cows enclosed the whole time. You can't just open it up and then add panels. So you're enclosing, you're expanding, then you're opening, and then you're expanding, and then you're closing, and you're expanding, and then opening and expanding with every panel, and eats up time quick. So we'll get their electric fence in here very shortly, and we'll be able to pretty much just slide wires down. We'll put a T-post every 50 feet. I think they're gonna have a 60 by 100 falling off the fence. They'll have a 60 by 100 area to sit and eat, and I'll be able to move that within. It's just gonna be a jumper wire from one electric fence wire to another electric fence wire, and we'll slide down the one electric fence wire and then slide down the other one and then slide down it, and we'll be all done. Be about that quick. So you guys eat like cows. Not quite like pigs. Pigs are a little noisier. You guys eat like cows. But that one there is my smallest one. She's probably about 500 pounds. The one back there, the darker Hereford. The Hereford's the white and red ones. She's 550, 560. He's 570. You see that little tuft on his stomach? That's where his wiener is. It's his penis. And then those two are obviously females. Nice clean bellies. If you look at the back side of them, you can see their teats from where they'll produce milk. He is a steer, so he doesn't have any testicles hanging back there. No testes for him. They got rid of those. You don't eat animals that have testicles because the testosterone makes them taste bad, and the smell is very powerful while you're cooking it. And that's our little red Angus. And red Angus, black Angus, both of them got tiny little white spots. So they're probably not pure Angus, but shit, they're black cows. And a red cow. So, yeah. They seem like they'll be happy tonight. I think I'm gonna go take a shower and end this little nightly spiel of the cows. God damn, it's a good looking picture right there though. Back up a little bit. Got the sunset in the background, 4 good looking cows. Got my chicken pen right there. Old 94 7.3 diesel. Stock trailer. The new 2022 B-Wise flatbed, 20 foot, 14K. And that van right there, the old Farm Fences van, it's a 95 GMC Rally. And that's what started all this shit. I mean, that van bought that truck, bought that trailer. It bought, it didn't buy the Jeep. We had already financed the Jeep. But pretty much it bought that shed, everything in that shed. The yellow thing there is an auger. All off of Farm Fences of America. We have fenced our asses off, that's for sure. Spent many a weeks, 60 plus hours of fencing to finally get to this point. This has been my dream my whole life. 27 years old and I got 4 cows and I'm hooked up to go to the auction tomorrow to buy a 5th or a 6th. If they sell 2 good looking black Angus or 2 good looking red Angus, I'll be coming home with them and might take these Hereford back. Might sell these ones off to someone else. They're flighty. Yeah, I don't like them. I have a 4-year-old that runs around with my cows from time to time, and well, 4-year-old and run are 2 in the same word, so these 2 don't like it when you run. These 2 really don't care. They come running up to the fence. They want to know why you want to come to them so fast. He was our singular cow for a while, our black Angus. We had him for about a week all by himself. He was lonely. He used to moo pretty much 24/7 until we came home with these 3, and that red Angus is his best friend. These 2 Herefords, they really don't care for either of the other 2 cows. They're not very nice cows. They're kind of bitches. Pretty cows. I mean, they could definitely use a little more. If you look at the way the cow's back end sits, hers is almost nice and round. Could use a little more. His is nice and round, but if you look at theirs, it almost curves a little bit in. I would really like that to be rounded out a little more. It's where the meat is, you know, more meat, the less you're gonna see the bone. So that point is, I wish would fatten up a bit, but they're not bad looking cows. Not the best cows, but not bad looking cows either. So I think we might get a round bale and start feeding each of them like 15 pounds of hay a day so we can get some good alfalfa Timothy in them. Right now, I mean, all this is a freaking grass field, and them eating grass is like you eating green beans and iceberg lettuce. You're not going to put any weight on, and it really doesn't have much nutritional value, so we're giving them a little corn here and there, but not much. I don't like feeding grain too much to them. It's not natural for cows to eat grain, honestly. Like, you look back in the day, 200 years ago, no one fed grain to cows, period. Like, grain was too expensive. Until we had farm equipment, cows were cheap. I heard a thing the other day that if we went back to Thomas Jefferson days and priced out meat, cow would be 8 pounds or $8 a pound for almost all the meats, for the steaks and everything. And chicken would be over $40 a pound, because back in the day, you had to sow the seed into the ground by hand or with a horse or something. And then you had to go out and cut it by hand or with a horse in some kind of crude equipment. Then you had to try storing it out of the weather and the rats and everything else that tries eating your grain and hoping it stays dry. Because I mean, you didn't have sheet metal back in the day and these big corn silos that we have now. It was just primitive bunks. So, yeah, cows aren't meant to eat a bunch of corn and shit, but they're not quite getting everything they need off the old grass pasture, so we're gonna feed them. We feed them a little corn, little oats. It's got a little molasses in it, and they're maintaining well. They're growing a little bit. I don't know, I see them way too much to really know if they're growing too much, so if you think they're growing, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you just want me to sit out here and film the cows a couple times a night or a couple times a week and just shut the fuck up so you don't have to hear my voice, or if you enjoy my commentary. Oh, hey! So the black Angus decided that it didn't want the red Angus the red Hereford eat next to him. So he took his head and head-butted that one's head right into the side of the cattle panel. Those two love each other though. If he was a bull and, well, she has a heifer. If he was a bull, we'd keep those two together and we'd make them breed in pair. They'd make a beautiful babies. And they get along so damn well. So, I'm debating on cutting her horns off. Don't really know if I need to cut them off. She's not in an enclosed area. She'll never go to a feed lot. So she'll always have plenty of pasture and shit. So I'm really thinking against it. He's already got his horns off and they already got their horns off. But I have a feeling they came from big farms where you have a lot of cows together. And, well, if you have this dickhead that likes to headbutt other cows and he's got horns, he could gore and puncture another cow and either lame it or kill it. And then, well, he was $1.25 a pound at 570 pounds. Those two were $1.17 a pound at an average weight of 520 some. And then she was $1.40 a pound at 550. So cows aren't cheap. The idea of one of them getting gored and dying is damn near $1,000 bill out the window. I mean, you gotta figure now, once you have them for a couple weeks, you put some hay into them, you put some grain into them, water's not free. There's electric to pump that water out of the ground into their thing. Salt lick, 10-15 bucks. Fly traps, which those are awesome fly traps. You get them at TSC. This isn't a promo or anything. They stink like hell. Don't put them in your house. They smell like death. But yeah, disposable fly traps. Just a bag with a green thing. They run down in through there, in a little hole, and go down in that, and then when they try to get out, they fly up to the edge of the bag, and yeah. Oh my God, they stink. They smell like absolute death. If you've ever smelled like a rotting mouse or something, that's roughly what it is. Whew. They're bad. So, well, I pretty much started recording this right about the time I got them in here. It is now 14 minutes and 20 seconds. And as you can see, we'll walk on around. Actually, right here you can see it quite well. You see how long that grass is? Look at how well they have already, well, this was from the pasture that they had now around, but you see the difference in the grass length already. They haven't done too much over here yet. Oh, we got a cow peeing. She's a peeing. Good, nice, clear stream, so she's drinking plenty of water. It's a crazy thing about these beef cows. I came from the world of dairy cows through high school. A dairy farm my entire high school career. Started on the dairy farm, I think, right at the end of my freshman year, and milked cows and pushed crap around and cleaned stalls for 4 years. And I don't think I ever seen a dairy cow pee clear in my 4 years there. And they drink ungodly amounts of water. But you also have to remember that our average dairy cow was pumping out 40 pounds of milk, which is 5 gallons of milk. A gallon of milk weighing it's like 7.8. We just always rounded up to 8 pounds a gallon. So 8 pounds a gallon. They average cow was 5 gallons, so they had to drink 5 gallons of water alone just to make that. And we had cows that would milk 80 to 100 pounds of milk. And that's, 12 to 13 gallons of milk that they had to produce, plus they had to drink enough water to survive. So yeah, they consumed a lot of water. And these guys don't consume over, shit, I'd be surprised if they consume 20 gallons between all 4 of them in a day. So, salt lick time. Can you hear how rough his tongue is? So that block has selenium in it. Michigan's soil is pretty much depleted of it. I'm really not sure what selenium is, or selenium. Might be saying that wrong. You can bitch at me in the comments. I'll look it up tonight though. I'm really curious. I want to know what it does. I know it's a trace mineral, and I'm pretty sure we have, the reason it's gone out of Michigan's soil is because we have we farmed it so hard. And I think that's what's probably done it. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look into that. But it's normally what goes on. It's the reason we don't have the pheasant we used to. Farmers put pesticide and they have the crops now that are resistant to grasshoppers and stuff. And a pheasant raises her young off of grasshoppers primarily. And with the farmers killing off all the grasshoppers, there's not enough grasshoppers for the pheasant mother to feed her young, and most of them starve and die. So, I don't kill grasshoppers. I don't think I'll ever use a pesticide. Don't really ever plan on using too much fertilizer either, outside of what comes out of the back end of those 3 beautiful ladies and that good looking male there. And what comes out of the back end of those things. So, get plenty of nitrogen from them. I mean, that's the reason this grass is so luscious green. Almost all of it's been pooped on by the chickens. Chickens drop a lot of nitrogen. Makes the grass green, makes it grow fast. Joe Salatin's not a dummy, that's for damn sure. He's kind of the guy I'm modeling all this after. We'll get into that a little bit in the morning on how the natural grazing, the buffalo, how the buffalo turned the Great Plains of America into the most fertile soil in the world because of exactly what I'm doing here. We're letting them graze it all the way down. They're crapping all over it. We're giving it plenty of rest to come back and grow. And as this different plants grow back, you'll get different native plants to start growing back too, now that the grass isn't choking them out. And it will heal the soil naturally with the already broken down nutrients that the cows and chickens put on it out their back ends. So yeah, we'll have a good talk about that. This is going on 20 minutes now, and My 4-year-old and wife are in the house and taking showers and getting ready for bed, and I should probably go in and be a good husband and a good unk. My 4-year-old's not actually mine. She's my niece, and well, her parents are, they're video game people with colored hair. So uncle is very, very happy to I'm slowly trying to halter brake her. I wanted to show her, and then I found out that my 4-year-old couldn't. And I think the halter brake's pretty much gonna be put on hold until Nora gets to be, 8 years old, and then we'll go buy her a show cow. But I mean, goddamn, look at that heifer. That's a good looking cow right there. Her tail's a little high, but I like that one's tail right there. Comes off perfectly flat. His tail might be a tiny bit high. Actually, both of their tails are nice and flat. I don't know why you don't want a high tail. Never quite. I should really get into studying the anatomy of cows really hard again. I did in high school for a while because I wanted to be a beef farmer or a dairy farmer, either or. And I know if you have a high tail cow, you breed it to a low tail bull to try to get a flat tail. Yeah. Oh, there he goes. He's peeing again. See? That's the best way to tell. If the stream comes out of the center, it's a boy. If the stream comes out of the back end, it's a girl. For any of you out there who are wondering what the difference between a male and a female is, streams come out of different places. You can't milk a bull, that's for goddamn sure. You cannot milk, well, you could, but you ain't gonna get no damn, you ain't gonna get milk out. Might look like milk, but ain't gonna taste right. Fucking love cows. Oh yeah, hit your head on the salt block, buddy. He pushed that thing all the way around the pen the other day, itching his face on it. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to, so I got a feed wagon over there, that gray thing just on the back side of the horse wagon, or the horse trailer. When we get their round bale, that's what I'm gonna feed them in, and I'm gonna butt this up right up to that. So we'll just slowly move it around that, and he'll have a scratching post. I'll put a couple of those big bristly things on it, and he'll be able to scratch the shit out of himself. He'll love it. So, all right, well, I think that's gonna wrap up the nightly farm report on AMA fencing. Oh shit, it's not AMA fencing. I own Farm Fences of America. AMA Farms. See, that's my logo for Farm Fences of America. The A. What it is it's an M with a line through it. It makes my two A's. It's my initials, AMA. So, don't know that I really care for anyone to know my name. I think just the anonymous farmer that is busting his ass at 27 and literally not a single ounce of fat on him. That's about all you really need to know. There's a few of us left out there fucking kicking ass still. Goddamn, think that I had 24 minutes this afternoon to sit here and talk to a camera and watch my cows eat. This is pretty good. This is the most time I've had in, shit, I think 3 weeks. I'm the only one doing the fencing right now, so I found that it's less of a headache if I do the fencing by myself. I'm very particular on my fences, and I expect them to be borderline perfect. And if they're not, I happily lose the money and tear them out and redo them. Well, the issue with that is no one will ever care as much as you do about your business. So, I've went through a few guys. Most people, the one guy that I liked, he worked with me all last year. And I called him back this spring and I'm like, hey, we did shovel and snow all winter together. You gonna come back and do fencing? And he goes, no, I found a job. I'll never work that hard again. Found another job. I'll never work that hard again. Like, I don't blame you, man. Fencing's not exactly the easiest thing in the world. If you think it is, I mean, hit me up in the comments. You can come run fence post hole diggers for me for a couple hours. So, it'd be easy if we only had 8-hour days. But I never seem to have an 8-hour day. We wake up at 5, we get these guys moved, get the tank emptied, tank refilled, salt block moved, corn. They're literally, they get like 4 or 5 handfuls of grain. How you doing, baby girls? Huh? How you doing, love? How you doing? Huh? Oh, she's a good girl. A couple handfuls of grain. And that normally takes me till about 6:10. Tomorrow morning it's going to take me longer because I have to move them from here all the way back over there, which means I have to close the gate. What I'll do is I'll take all those white ones, I'll wrap them around and close it off to this corner. And then all those cows will be right here. Then I'll take all of these, those, and make a single 2 lines to corral them over there. Get them all corralled over there, back into the tall grass. Then we'll take, well, you'll actually get a long line to the grass, and then you'll close off one, and then you'll take all of them that are back here lined up and run them all out there and make a big circle in the grass, and then open it up for them. It'll probably take me an hour to do it tomorrow morning, but you want to run cows this way, that's what you gotta do until you get your electric fence built. So yeah. Oh shit, I still haven't even fucking put up the chickens yet. So what we do to put up the chickens is we come over here, make sure their waters aren't emptying. Yep, still got good water. Still got good water. I can't really see that one very well. Hi girls, you guys. Oh, there it is. All right. If the water's tilted in these waters there, there's a little hole. Let me see if I can't get my finger down in here. A little hole right there at the tip of my fingernail. That little hole lets the water out. When that little hole gets covered in water, the air bubble in the top of the drinker, it can't let any more air in, so that air up there creates a suction and holds all that water in there, and it will only release as the chickens drink the water and put the water level below that little opening. Well, if that little opening is on the high side, the water will drain out the back and slowly add air in there, and it'll drain itself in about 45 minutes. So that don't work. It's not good, not good. Oh, where's my sick pen chicken? Where you at, buddy? I think that's him right there. He's kind of hurt. He doesn't like to walk anymore. So we pick him up, move him around. I put him next to his feed. This little bottle's his bottle of water for in the morning when he first gets in there. He normally seems a little parched from his night because he can't walk very well. Mealworms. These fucking chickens will kill for mealworms. No, I'm not feeding you none. You big fuck. Here, ready? Oh, shit. Scaring the birds. Chill out, birds. Chill out. Look how big that one is. That one's fucking huge. Rooster. You can tell the hens because they got tiny little, they don't have no crops. Big ass birds. Can't wait to eat these two. Look how big those fuckers are. Holy shit. They're not even 7 weeks old yet. They might just be 7 weeks old. That's the craziest part. All right, now we pull this out, put this down. This is a white aluminum soffit. So you use white because it reflects sunlight the best. You use aluminum because aluminum does not absorb heat. So they face the east. The wind comes out of the west. Well, yeah, comes out of the over there. I got a big opening right here. I don't even close those so then it can get better. Every now and then we'll pick up that little, put something underneath the bottom there, and it allows air to flow underneath. Got their centronilla plant there to help with the mosquitoes. And then this isn't actually attached, so if the wind's blowing good enough, or at all, this will actually catch the wind and just, it's like a giant sail for them. And they stay relatively cool. And we put this thing on them at night to help with the predation. So if you look, you can see holes, and if a coon sees any of those holes, he'll try to exploit it and dig his way in, and then he'll massacre my chickens. And well, we all know how bummed I was about losing one chicken, let alone if a coon got in and massacred him. So I've probably got, oh girls, you guys are 7 weeks old, and I've been covering you up like this since week 2. It normally takes me a half hour, 45 minutes to get these ladies covered up for the night. This is actually an old greenhouse top. I had a hoop house, and this was the cover that came with it for the greenhouse. And it works really good to, well, all the cracks on the side are covered, all the cracks on the ground are covered on both sides. When we get our 105 birds, we'll be stepping this one up a little bit. And I'm just gonna get 2 tarps that cover the entire cage on both cages, because I'll build another cage just like this. And yeah, I'm hoping to get it down to like 5 minutes of cover up time at nighttime between the 2 cages, 2.5 minutes per cage. I'll run some long 2x4s, put the 2x4s on the edges and then on the top. But once it goes all the way around and I can just line the outside with the 2x4s, I won't have to put any more on top. So yeah, 33 minutes, and I think it is time to shut this down and cover up these chickens. So y'all have a good night. The cows are happy, the chickens are happy, I'm happy. I don't know if Mama's too happy tonight, but yeah, she's a little pregnant, so yeah, that's another time, another day. Have a good one, guys. Bye.